Yo, 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 yo. What's good, everyone? Hope you've enjoyed the holiday period. We're approaching New Year's Day. Um, you know, hope you will have a great New Year's Eve, New Year's Day celebration. Don't get too messy. Stay safe, all that. Um, I've been meaning to shoot a vid Darkest Dungeon for quite a while. I'm pretty sure I recorded some, but I don't think I uploaded anything. Um, but it felt like a good time to get it done. I recently, well, I'm completely up to date. I think with all of the packs, DLCs, and stuff now. Color of Madness, Shield Breaker, all of that, Flagellant, and also it was nice of them to include the Musketeer. That was, if my understanding is correct, a giveaway to like the patrons or Kickstarter dudes initially. But yeah, they've just decided now to include it in there, so it's a pretty good character. It's built off the Alabast, like, I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be off there. Like, similar moveset, different animations. But I think in some ways I prefer the Musketeer, to be honest. But yeah, like, you know, I don't really celebrate Christmas. Like, spend some time with fam. Met up with my family, kind of. I guess that'd be Boxing Day, which is like the first day of Kwanzaa. That was cool. Did a bit of research on the origins of Kwanzaa. I think it's a pretty interesting thing, you know. You know, everyone needs something to, do you know what I mean? We need anchors, I suppose. You know, difficult times and all that jazz. Anyway, yeah, just in case, I'm going to, because this is a live recording, so I can't really do much about editing audio and the like afterwards, so I'm just gonna turn down the music because it can be quite loud. Yeah, alright, so hopefully I'm coming through pretty clearly, and hopefully we'll stay that way throughout. We'll see how it goes anyway. I'll do my best, like keep it in the zone, like no clipping if possible. Yeah, got myself a new tank. Also, it's the Falcon by the guys over at, what's the name of this company again? Where are we? Horizon Tech. It's pretty good, man. I like the concept or whatever. I like the design. It's a nice tank. It's a heavy tank. It fits well with my mod and stuff. And also the coil uses wood pulp, so it's supposed to like increase longevity. So I'm testing out. This is my first coil, so I've had it for a few days. We'll see how it goes. You know, if it lasts, you know, towards the end of next week, then it's definitely better than my old tank, which is Cleto. But yeah, for those of you, just need to fill up my tank, so I'll fill the time. For those of you who haven't played Darkest Dungeon before, don't know anything about it, it's basically kind of like it's a 2D side-scrolling dungeon crawler, I would say. That's probably how I would describe it. Backstory essentially is that you players, the heir to an estate. You can see the name of the estate in the top corner. You give it a custom name at the beginning when you create a save file. And yeah, so your relative ancestor did some foolish shit. Summoned a whole load of demons, like basically, to like to the world, and the estate lays in ruin, and he sends you a letter and asks you to come and save the family from the hell that he unleashed. You do that by hiring mercenaries, you can see here on the right, to go into the dungeons and just, yeah, and then it's like the loop is you hit up a dungeon, grab some loot like on the way, try and complete the dungeon, come out, a number of systems, mechanics in effect, like also so you've got like the most important one, like the and what I find makes this game even more interesting is the affliction meter, I would say I call it, or the stress meter. Like, so you can see underneath each of the names is like a series of white bars or blocks. So you not only get affected by health in this game, like you're affected by stress, so different things will stress your characters out, like your party members out, and it fills twice to 100. So the first time it fills to 100, characters will be hit with an affliction. So do I have anyone that's afflicted at the moment? No. Nice one. So they'll get hit with something, and that will affect their abilities during the dungeon. If it fills a second time, they'll have a heart attack and they'll die. Like, so far I've lost one, like, and literally it was so annoying because it was against the spider. Like, it's just some like little crit, like anything in this game can kill you if you're not lucky, like that's all I'll say. So go all these different places like Stagecoach, to it's where you hire stuff, you can upgrade things using whatever is required, you gather those in the dungeon. There are a number of classes, I think there might be about 15 or something, like altogether. Then you've got various, you've got the Abbey and the Tavern for relieving stress. You can stick someone in there for a certain amount of cash depending on the rating, and relieve stress. The Sanitarium, that's where you go to treat quirks and diseases. So if I bring up this menu, this is your characters, each individual character's kind of menu. So there are your quirks, positive, negative quirks. So you can lock these and you can erase these, but when you get that symbol, as you can see that red square there by it, it means it's basically locked, so it will cost you a hell of a lot more to remove it. Can be a bit problematic because it costs a lot, so sometimes you probably find it better to just get rid of the your mercs and hire some new ones, because you've always got new ones coming in. You upgrade this, you can get more and more coming in at once, higher level, etc, etc. What else? Trinkets, and now with the Color of Madness, you can buy trinkets using shards that you collect during the run if you complete it. Guild, they all have various abilities. They start off when you get them with a different variation, but you can pay to unlock different abilities, upgrade them over time. Blacksmith, you know, armor, weapons, upgrade, reduced cost, higher tier armor, higher tier weapons. Right, now that's pretty much that. So when you finish a dungeon, you end up back here, you know, do what you need to do and then go back out again, and that's the loop. So I have, on this run, I erased all my old runs and just started afresh with, like, you know, the Color of Madness and what have you. I've decided this time to focus on one particular location, so I'm taking the ruins as far as I can go with it. Haven't defeated any bosses yet, but it's all good. Like, it's been pretty interesting just doing like the ruins, and then I attempted one run of the farmstead, which is the Color of Madness DLC. Managed to complete it with this team, which is why they're in that condition at the moment, stress wise, so they're out. Like, now, so which mission am I gonna do? So yeah, each one is similar things. So you got like explore 90% of the rooms, pretty self-explanatory. That's a boss fight. Rooms, and sometimes you get these ones where you have to basically do something like collect 3 of a particular item or destroy, you know, 3 in this case. You know, I've got to activate 3 corrupted altars. It's pretty much the same thing. They're scattered throughout the map, and you just gotta find them, do them. The moment you've done it, you've completed it, and then you can choose to continue or not. Then you get one where it's like defeat, you know, complete all room battles. So I actually had one match where there was only 1 room battle, and then it was like I was free to explore the rest of it at my leisure type thing. But right, so you know what? Wait, no, I'm not sure if I have anyone ready for that yet. They're all too stressed out. I don't trust that. Alright, we'll do a different one. So, what is this? Ounce Master. Skill chance. I don't need that. I could do that. But I do need shields. Let's go for this one. Alright, who we got? Okay, so I'll use the meaning to bring this one out for a minute. So got a shield breaker. Alright, use shield breaker. Crusader. Do I have anyone to heal at the moment? Low enough stress? Not really. I suppose your stress is pretty low, so I could use you. You have a few, you could say, like medics or what have you. So you got the Avestar, the Occultist, Plague Doctor, the Antiquarium, I believe, and the Flagellant. There are a few that have healing properties. Also, the Crusader can heal. I would say out of all of them, probably the best and most reliable. Well, the most reliable, therefore the best, would be the Occultist. Like, in my opinion, because it's like the potential, like for healing points and stuff when used is significant. The Flagellant heals quite a lot, but has to be brought close to death before it's available. And the best style is reliable in terms of you can always use it, but it doesn't heal very much. Like it's 4 to 5, and this one here is a party-wide heal. So you could say, you know, there's potential there, but it, you know, I'd say the Occultist is the best. Alright, and yeah, why not? We'll have a lot of moving around this time. Cool. Alright. Yeah, that'll have to do. Alright, let me just get their items ready. So, you deal with Blight. Blight resist, no Blight skill though. Alright. So save that. Now these you can see adds 30% healing skills, adds 20% stress, so you know, offset minus 15% stress, but you know, -1 speed. Most trinkets have a positive and negative effect. It's very rare you get one which is just positive. Like that one is +10 dodge and there's no negative, which is cool, but it's only for one class. You're low on health, so take that. It's not much, but comes in handy. Every little helps. What else? I guess I could give you 2. What else is it? You're less, but I guess I could upgrade their armor. I might do that actually, seeing as I'm going to use them. And who else is it? Right, okay, so you can take that. Your dodge is quite high, your dodge is even higher. Your dodge is lower than everyone else's. This one is +4 dodge. Stun skill. What's your skills? You're not using anything. I got that in my last victory, I guess. No. Don't know. I don't. I sell them if they're really, if like I see apps like I'm not gonna use them, but I don't usually, like, do you know what I mean? There aren't very many that really like grab me. I mean, that's interesting, but the negative for using that is mad. So it's like that's not really gonna be used until later. You know. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is now come here. Nope. We go here. Okay, so now as you can see, It's gonna increase the damage base from shield break. Oh wait, no, we're on a Crusader. Do the shield breaker. 5, 10, 6, 12, 7% crit chance. Increase speed by 1. Health goes up to 24, which will be pretty good with the added, you know, item. 7 to 14. Dodge base 10. Now everyone seems to be on par with dodge, I suppose. It's just you. Well, you start with 10, so you're alright. Yes, yeah. Alright. Cool. Let's check their stats now. Alright, so we got... Yep, 27 now. That's decent. Like 40. 24. 23. Fair enough. They've all got pretty decent dodge, I suppose. Could increase someone's dodge, but I might find items on the way, so it's alright. What's that? Stun skill chance. None of them really use stun skills, I don't think. Nah. Alright. Cool. So we're gonna do this one. Silence in the Crypts. You get town events sometimes when you do different things. They come in handy. Like sometimes, like Silence the Crypts, for example. It gives you extra. Gives you extra experience at the end of the map. It also increases your party's damage whilst on that map, on that particular match. It's one-off, but it does come in handy. The last one I got was something about like All Saints Day or something, so it was like the cloister was free, like to use, so it's like I could just stick people in there like on that 1 week to get like stress relief without having to pay it for anything, which is handy. The longer the maps, you got short, medium, long maps. From what I've seen, short maps normally have about like maybe 7 or so rooms. Medium maps, the biggest medium map I've seen has about 13, and then long maps, I haven't seen the longest. The longest long map I've done so far, to my knowledge, is about 15 or so rooms. But when you're doing them, you get like medium and long. You get camp gear as standard, so you can camp, and then that's another mechanic that comes into play. So, right. Take swig. I'm on Martel at the moment. Got coffee on the go as well, like, but it was too hot to kind of keep with me. I'm in my room and whatever.
Can the defiled be consecrated? Can the fallen find rest?
Right, now hopefully the mic is clearer. Let me see, just in case. Alright. Cool. So this is the map. That's my... It's pretty straightforward. There's only one real kind of, you know. So I may camp here. Don't know. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes I avoid camping, but like these days I camp. It comes in handy, especially when you're trying to really kind of get things done. That thing at the back. God. I mean, really, anything can kill you, but like that thing at the back, the spitter, like low health, but can do mad damage, man. If you're not careful. Right. So shield breaker is cool.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
So I could do... I haven't used this move yet, so let's use it.
Back to the pit.
Yeah, you can see like some of the moves, they just kind of stay in place. Other moves, they switch spots depending on, you know, yeah.
Be gone, fiend.
So yeah, gather as many of those objects as you can. You see what they're called, statues, so you got busts. So you got busts, deeds, shields or something. I don't know if they're actually called shields. And like paintings or what have you. They all add up to basically allowing you to upgrade the your HQ, you know, AO, like, right, so where are we now? Yeah, scouting, you're not guaranteed to do that, but it's nice when it happens because at least then you know what's coming up. So there's another mechanic for you. You've got like the torch. So the lower it goes, you can see the greater those what would you call those deficits become. But you know, the greater the loot, and you get some pros. There are always like pros and cons in this game. It's interesting like that. Okay, so picture the food. Really want to get rid of them. I mean, they're all a mess, but
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Executed with impunity. Decimated. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
there's a battle. Quest location. Third from the right. I guess. head on way, should I say. Like, doesn't do much damage, but stresses your characters out. So in situations like that, like, get rid of those characters first. That one that's in second place on the right has a tendency to inflict bleed, which can be troublesome. Like, so, you know, that move I did with the grave robber put her in stealth. So the stealth mechanic basically, as you can see, cannot be hit by attacks targeting only this slot. So the only way you'd be able to hit something in stealth is if you were attacked, or you attack with something that hits multiple targets, like an area AoE attack. Otherwise you're kind of screwed. Why'd you dodge, man? Waste.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
This game really is boring. It's jokes. I love it. I love the art style. It's pretty fluid. It's simple in its kind of presentation, I would say, but like, it's a very deep game. You can play this for hours, man. Just like, you know, getting lost in the mechanics and stuff. I really do enjoy this one. Like, this is, I'd say, probably one of my favorite games in my collection, because
Masterfully executed. To perform beyond one's limits. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
That's what Blight does. It's essentially like poison, you know, has a similar effect to bleed. It's just another thing. You know, you lose a certain amount of health each turn based on however much blight it inflicts or bleed, you know. It's handy. That unit is an armored unit, so, you know, reduced kind of damage on a lot of things. And then there are different things as well, like, you know, like dead units are immune to bleed. So, you know, blight works, and then you get some that can't be stunned, and, you know, there's various mechanics. Comes up here, as you can see, there's a list at the bottom under resistances. So, you know, yeah, 25% protection, so reduces the damage inflicted on it to like 75% of whatever it would have been. Then depending on how much dodge it has, you know, mirroring its chance to hit, stuff like that would be reduced. So what's this now? 3, and you've got 4. They'll be dead the next turn.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Right, first altar. Purified. Alright, where are we now? Like 2 rooms deep. Alright, let's go. Okay, so you're not always gonna see it, but I'll zoom in on the map here. So if you scouted it, nice one. Trap. Um, when you do see a trap, it then brings up this. So the fact that it has allows me to show off something. So each character, each Merc will have a different trap disarm percentage, so you can flick between them to see who has the highest chance of disarming the trap when you see it. Sometimes if you don't see them, you might dodge it. Most of the time you won't. You've got 90% trap disarm, so be careful as you're approaching it. Wait until you see that red kind of, you know, aura highlighting it. Added benefit of you know, reducing the stress of whoever disarms the trap. Obviously if you got hit with the trap it would increase the stress. Oh, that's nice. Huh. That's quick. That's 2 down. I'll probably do this entire map, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to. First target, dude at the back. Ah, come on. Do this. Did you dodge the attack? Wait. Can't do whatever.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
See, the tables can turn so quickly. That's what I was trying to avoid. Like, so irritating when you've got one of those and that chick from before, that would be the female cultist or whatever. Combined, like
confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Rip through your party. It's a nuisance. Right, hopefully this will kick in on the high end. Nope, better than nothing.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Oh no.
And now the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Well. Nice
Up.
one.
If only to bleed again. Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Those whatever they called at the back, the Aboleths, that's the one. Alabas, like Arbalist. So annoying, man. I mean, you know, but yeah. All the enemies are potentially righteous killers. So it is what it is.
trifling
That's the
victory,
one. So we have
but a
like
victory
pretty much
nonetheless.
all of them now. So you've got the crests, portraits, deeds, and busts. Try and gather as many of those as possible. You've also kind of got to juggle it with like these. You get various stones, precious stones, anywhere from worth anywhere from I think like 250 to about 3,500, depending on if you're lucky enough to find one of those. So yeah, and because like this is all you get as far as you know, storage space. It's interesting. You've got to kind of pick and choose like how much are you going in with, and then maybe you end up just like throwing stuff that you gathered away because you don't really need it. You're coming to the end of a quest or something. You know, it's cool. Anyway, they eat a max of 4 between battles or what have you. So bear that in mind. Also, periodically, you might get hit with like a like a supply check. Basically, everyone will have to eat some food. So you've also got to make sure that
A fortune.
Nice one.
Waiting to be spent.
You've got some food to you know, meet the requirements. As you see, you collect that. Oh, I need to grab this. Alright, let me use that. Someone can take the blessing. You take the blessing. Alright, cool. It's just kind of like lore, little like extras, you know, like stories that you can read later. Just collectors, collectible basically. You know. I've got to say, I'm
Finding
really
the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
This is a good one. Well, that is too. It's worth, onyx is worth like 500, but this sapphire's like grand, so something definitely has to go. Like, it's poison, but most of the time don't have to worry about it, but in this situation, I need to gap that as well. Didn't let go of the portrait. Go on. Alright. That'll do. So, altogether so far, with that, it's like 2,000. 3,000, and yeah, we'll see how much else I find. Increase that life. How many have I got left? 4. Oh no. There we go. So, when the stress meter hits
There can
100,
be no hope in this hell. No hope at all.
it's a resolve check. Most of the time, you're going to get a negative. So in this case, it's hopeless. You'll see how that pans out when the turns come along. But sometimes you get a virtuous outcome, which gives a boost to everyone. Stuff which is good. Like, it's very rare though. Like,
Another one falls.
I like it when that happens. Oh, I had a feeling it wouldn't budge.
Annihilated.
Dodging on a regular.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Right. Okay, so you get these chests from time to time, sarcophaguses sometimes, you know, cabinets, etc., which require a key to access, otherwise you like set off a trap or something. 4 dodge, 1 speed, who takes... That's actually good to have found. You take it. Alright. So I guess if you include the trinket spaces with your characters, then you've got, what's that? 8, 16, no, 24 spaces. But, you know, obviously 8 are reserved for trinkets, so you can leave them empty, and if you happen to find a load of trinkets, and you can save space in your backpack or whatever to carry the trinkets. Right. Hopefully we'll get to, there we go. There's the check. I have food, so if you don't have enough food for that, then you know, probably it will hurt your characters basically. It hasn't happened to me for a long time, but something to keep in mind, like always have food. You can get through with no torches, but it just makes it more difficult, so you know, but the rewards are greater, so you know, these things here, so now I've got like, that character's got 20% damage increase until I camp, so I was planning to camp here. I will lose that buff if I do. I may not have to camp. I'll see. Huh. That's the sort of thing that just random occurrences when they're afflicted. So, the messages come up, sometimes they don't take a turn. Sometimes they take their turn automatically. You never know really what's going to happen. I like it though, I like what they've done with this, the overall concept, you know, it's like, adventuring isn't all fun and games, and, you know, people get hurt, the max gets stressed out, you know, all that stuff, and dealing with like psychology and that, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And it pulls on you as well, because is, you know, of course you're gonna get attached to your team, like when you got that one character you've been like really investing in, and then they just die and they're gone, and it's like, you know, all of that. It's good stuff. Sort of. I've actually completed this dungeon technically, so I don't have to push forward. The altar is just what's this?
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
That's a good one. I haven't seen this one before. Tenacity ring. Plus 10% death blow resistance, plus 5 dodge, minus 5 crit. That's fine. May as well take that. Yeah, we'll call it a day. Alright. Completed. Cool.
This day belongs to the light.
Now, as you can see, every time you complete a mission, you get a resolve experience. Resolve levels dictate which dungeons your characters can enter. So as the dungeons increase in difficulty, you need higher resolve to enter them. However, once they reach certain caps, they will no longer go into the lower level dungeons, so you will lose them for the lower dungeons. So it's a balancing act. Like, you know, if you level them up too quickly and then you don't have anything to deal with, like as far as they need to be trapped, you know what I mean? If all of them are vets and all you've got are rookie dungeons, you know, then you're screwed and stuff. Also, as you can see, those shining masks, I did get about a negative quirk, but yeah, sometimes you get like bonus quirks at the end also. You can also be afflicted by quirks. You can be afflicted with a disease that you'd have to get rid of at the sanitarium, like rabies and stuff like that. So yeah, so now if I were to fight in wield with the shield breaker, get 15% damage boost. Fair weather fighter, basically full health, plus 20% damage, minus 10% bleed resist. Basically there's more chance that you're going to be inflicted with bleed, but it's fine. And that's that.
The shuffling dead are silenced. We have claimed dominion over the ruins once more.
So now my next battle, plus 33% resolve experience on the next quest, plus 15% damage in the ruins on the next quest. So I can take on a higher challenge and it will be easier to deal with because everyone will be naturally stronger, you know, which is cool. That sort of thing. So yeah, I guess, what's your, you ain't got any, no, you're good. Alright. Alright. So the bottom one is the most expensive. It reduces stress the most also. You know, so in here that would be the penance hall. So yeah, juggling stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Like, just take you through a quick map. I feel like I'm coming to the end of PS4 only allows you to record up to an hour at a time. So think I'll just leave it there. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Like, do grab a copy of this game if you can, man. It's really not that expensive. Like, I mean, it will keep you going for like ages. It's just one of those games. It's like opening up a good book and just returning to it. You know what I mean? It's ongoing as well. I've yet to complete this game. I've owned this game for a long time. Like, I don't really play games to complete them anymore. It's just like exploration of mechanics and stuff like that, and just getting lost in the world and whatever, which is why I like games like this where there's just a mad loop and you don't actually have to, it's not so linear. I don't really like linear games as such. Like, I kind of like open RPGs and stuff like that, you know, long running games, like 60 plus hour type games and whatever else, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like, nice one, guys. Take it easy. Again, enjoy your new year, happy new year and all that jazz, man. Hope next year is highly prosperous for you all. Yeah, man, keep it moving, keep pushing, man, keep progressing, you know. Yeah, live as well as you can, and like, you know, do something nice for someone, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, good deed a day or whatever, if, you know, whatever, you know, just, yeah, man, not really saying spread love, but, you know, like, you know what I mean, like, clean up some of the mess is what I would say, you know. So yeah, big ups everyone, take it easy, hold tight.